that you can have in the next half an hour that will make your night or evening. So how did I share it earlier? Osas Zele, sir.
It
Is that
was me.
you? Is it?
Yeah.
Of course, it has to be you.
Good,
Uh,
good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
I hope you hear me, sir.
Loud and clear. All of us can hear you, please.
Oh, that's very great. I want to thank you for your humility and, of course, for your dedication for your country. I've been following you, but not so long. About a month ago now, I just discovered you, and I must say I'm very grateful to what you are doing.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to talk about a little bit because the brother that just finished just now before this lady, he was talking about what's going on in Imo State and all of that. So I am not an advocate for division of Nigeria, not at all. I love big countries. I admire United States. I admire India. I admire China. I admire France in Europe. France never let us territory go, even those that are in Africa. If you place like near Madagascar, you have two islands there that's still under France. If you go to Caribbean, you have the Martinique. They never let it go because that's what make great country. Once you belong to a great country, you walk all over the world with your heads or with your chest out. That is why you cannot kidnap any American citizen right now. They will rescue that citizen immediately. But if you kidnap someone from Belgium, a Belgian citizen, or from Luxembourg, they have to consult France to help them to secure their citizen. You see, that is the disadvantage of belonging to a little country. So I'm always an advocate for a bigger country, bigger people, because the more the country is big, the more intellectuals you have, the more, as a matter of fact, the development usually you have. Okay, that's why you see Russia, want to make sure that they are regretting for selling Alaska. If it was now, because Russia didn't have good leadership, I think back then Russia have what we have today in Nigeria, where we don't have visions, we don't have leaders that have vision, that have anything that have to do for the country. So there's even Crimea. Crimea was given to Ukraine by a Russian president, just as if it was just like a gift.
Gifts.
Today, Vladimir Putin see that like, what happened to us? I mean, you can't imagine that. But that was how their leaders were. Okay, that is what we are going through now today in Nigeria. Okay, so when you have a nation like Nigeria, a lot of people. You see, our problem is not because the Hausa, Yoruba, Ejoma. I'm from minority. I'm from Edo State. It's not because we are together. That's not the problem. Indians have the same population. I mean, a lot of people are living in India. If you go to a place like Malaysia, if you go to a place like China, in France, the United States, but for that matter, you have a lot of races there. They're able to build country. They're able to live together. So I don't advocate for division of this and that, because you can see what I just said, Nimbo, right now. That have not to do with federal president. Have not to do with federal government at all. They are, you see, elections are organized in Ekiti State, in Edo State, where I come from. People kill themselves. It has not to do with presidential election at all. Local government election, they kill themselves. See, we have to look into this and say, okay, we have a problem. Because I remember when I would be talking when I was at home before I traveled to abroad, they would say, you be Oyibo now, will not be Oyibo. I said, okay. It takes the Oyibo way to do things. Don't you understand that? Because when you look at Japan, when Japan started developing, Japan was imitating Germany. They started sending their citizens to study in the German university, advanced chemistry and mathematics. They come back and begin to build their country. When you see Europe now, you are in Rome or you are in Paris, you see a lot of Chinese now everywhere. So they are not going for holiday. Instead, they are going as tourists to see the development in these countries and coming back on to replicate what they have seen. But look at our president. Where are our leaders, our lawmakers in Dubai with a big stomach drinking beer? They don't know about this thing. It's not in their head. It was okay. Let's see how Eiffel Tower was built. That's why you see Chinese there. When I was in Eiffel Tower the other day, I see almost the whole world assembled every day, different languages. What are they doing here? Why are they so admire this thing? You know what? Because the people that understand what it means to develop a nation, development. So they have to go on and replicate that. You see the Chinese, some of them are, ministers. You see them with camera, in Rome there. taking photos. These are made at old companies. These are leaders. Okay, they are not just ordinary farmers. No, we're talking about people who just, because Rome is where everything started in Europe. Exactly. Rome is where everything started in Europe. Okay, so that's where everything, the civilization of Europe today, that's where everything started. They want to see this development. It's not because they can, they don't have that, but now they have to see what's called admiration for civilization. Okay, once you don't have that, like many of our people, like I was trying to say right now, it is because of us. We have to look at the way we look at things, the way we behave, because we not be born now. They want to be born now. I said this thing. I told Nigeria, I said it's going to quarrel with you one day. This attitude is going to quarrel with you, and that is what is happening today right now. You see leaders, call leaders. You know what Ronald Reagan said? Ronald Reagan said that the people are government. When the people are good, the government is good.
That's right.
Okay. Our leaders are not coming from Niger. They are not coming from wherever. They are Nigerians.
Just like us.
So, yeah, exactly. There was a study that was done of recent. They said that even though you remove all the whole leadership today we have today, remove all of them, or put them in prison, kill all of them, and you brought a new generation that you are going to have the same result, because the majority of the mind of the Nigerians is about money, 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 money. You see, until you understand that is not the way to go, because for you to make money, you need to have industry, you need to have inventions. Exactly. Without that, you cannot really make money. Whether you draw, whether you go into drug, you go into 419, whatever, that is not where or you walk and want to kill yourself. You will never get rich. That is not where it is. No. Those are facade, that is someone trying to run the wrong lane. Okay. So, because the Chinese didn't do it like this now. After Japanese, this is the Chinese now. Of course, the Koreans with their LG, Samsung, with their Kia Motors is taking over the world right now, because they were able to say, okay, look, what is it that we have done? I mean, we don't have. Let's have it. Then you have the Dubai people, like people from all this Middle East. Okay, we cannot invent those things. Now we have the resources. Let's have those things. Let's invite those architects, those engineers to come and do this thing, because we have the money. So, but a black man, not just only Nigeria, God gave you resources. Okay, you are not able to invent nothing. Okay, there's nothing invented in Africa. God's okay, you don't have that. I don't know why you don't have it, but you have these resources. Use it to develop yourself. You're still struggling. You're still struggling. You don't know what. I don't know. That's why I don't believe also Oyibo did this and Oyibo this one. No. Why Oyibo is not doing it to even Egypt here?
Do to ourselves, Baba.
Exactly.
So
it's we that are taking money to UK. It's not UK government that's forcing Nigeria to bring money there.
I keep telling people that one, like you see, gone are the days when the Oyibo came to exploit us. Today they are in their country. Is that we are inviting them to come and steal from us, or we are stealing and taking it to them?
I'm taking it down there. Exactly.
We can't continue to
Exactly.
See, you know one thing about this platform, right? I kind of know that we have brilliant people with brilliant minds who can start conversation, a discussion that can be so elaborated, but time is always the problem. I wish.
Yeah, that is why I have a word. Sorry, I have a word that I coined. I say that once a nation is seen as a fair nation, the people that come from that country, they are also seen as fair people, irrespective of their classes.
And that's a very fair expression.
Yeah, irrespective of your class, because at the end of the day, you are not going out with your big limousine in Nigeria, with your big house. You are traveling with the image of your country that has failed. So at the end of the day, you will be arrested. You will be queried at the airport and say, "Oh, Nigeria! Oh, this is a Nigerian person." They don't care whether you have Rolls Royce in Nigeria. They are judging you because your country is not working. And that's why Ambassador, former, president of Nigeria, was disgraced at the Canadian airport. Because Obasanjo is a very rich man, he's a very wealthy man, because he's not traveling with those things, but he's traveling with the image of his country. And that is why you see, I talk about, what we call economic racism. Why you see, back in the days, the Chinese will see the Japanese, they will bow down their heads. The Koreans will see the Japanese, they will bow down their heads. But then the Koreans, Samsung Electronics, that have destroyed all the televisions, or whether you have to do with Panasonic, Sony, they are no more in the market. Samsung have took over everything. So the South Korea now can raise up their head when they see the Japanese. So the same thing with the Chinese before they bow down, but now they can raise up their chest because they're able to do what other people have been doing. That's what it is.
I love that.
So until we understand that, we don't go nowhere.
We are going nowhere. I like that. It will be on record that you lectured us on this tonight, and a lot of people are currently probably either nodding their head or they are just there with their mouth opened and their mind, their ears, what do you call it, running. See, Osasele, it's been a pleasure, sir, for having you.
God bless you, sir. God bless you
so much. I hope I'm lucky next time. You have a good one, sir.
God bless you.
And you too. So now we are narrowing it down. I've got no structure. The last time you were here, sir, it was like, well, that was introductory, where you told us about Madame. And you did leave something. Which one of them was that?